Hey everybody, I'm back today to do a comparison between two different compact carry pistols. First, we have the Sig Sauer p365 versus the Springfield Hellcat. Now, both of these guns are very similar in size, and for that reason, they are often used as concealed carry weapons. I'm not going to be going over every single technical aspect of both of the guns. I'm just going to give you the highlights reel of what your average person probably should know the differences about these guns. So first of all, we will start with the Sig Sauer p365. One notable difference between the two guns are their magazine capacity that they come standard with. So the Sig Sauer comes with two magazines that are both 10 rounds. Now, in comparison, the Springfield Hellcat comes with two magazines, but they are in different capacities. We have an 11 round, so that is one more than the Sig comes standard with, and we have a 13 round magazine. I do think that is cool that it comes with both options, but again, that's personal preference. So, if you are like me though, and that 10 round magazine is a little bit too small, I can definitely highly recommend that you look into the 12 round magazine that you would have to purchase separately, but it gives you, or me anyways, a little bit better grip. And so it is able to kind of compare. So you kind of can get 10 and 12 versus 11 and 13, if that makes sense, between the Sig and the Springfield. Now, one other thing that I will get into in terms of concealed carry that you may want to know are the sights on these guns. Now, other than just being different design, this is a 3-dot for the Sig Sauer, and then this is obviously the U for the Springfield. One thing that is different, although they both have tritium inserts in the front sights for low light or dark conditions, only the Sig Sauer has the tritium inserts in the rear sights. So in low conditions, that may be of low light conditions or nighttime conditions, that may be of concern, difference between the Springfield and the Sig Sauer. Now, obviously, you can upgrade that on the Springfield if you find that to be a concern for you. That's just personal preference. Also, in the design, I will just also mention, if I place them up in my hand, as you can see, they're very, very close in size. Now, they both do have the little peep sights through, so you can make sure you can see if your gun is loaded or not. They both have that feature. Another thing to keep in mind if you are somebody that likes to put accessories on your pistol, on the Sig Sauer p365, you can only use clip-on accessories on the front because it's actually blocked right here. It was not milled out all the way to the front, so you are not able to physically slide on any accessories. In contrast, the Hellcat you can use either clip-on or slide-on accessories if that's your thing. I just thought I would point that out for anybody that is big into accessories. And I will also be adding on some range clips to this. If you watch this first range clip, I am shooting the Springfield Hellcat with just a traditional grip, such as that. So I'm using my traditional grip that I would shoot, and here's the video. Now, as you saw from that range clip with shooting the Hellcat, there was a lot of muzzle flip, but that's going to be consistent with both. I was definitely having to work extra hard to try and control that on this gun. It is snappy, so that's for sure, but being the small size, you're not going to find a small size 9mm that isn't a little snappy, I don't think. There is one. If there is, definitely leave it in the comments because I'd like to know. But I was also using a traditional grip that I would use on a larger pistol. Now, for the next clip, I'm actually shooting the Sig Sauer p365, and in that, I did take an instructor tip to try something a little bit different to maybe control that recoil and muzzle flip a little bit better, and that was to take my index finger and then place it over the trigger guard when I shoot. And use that to kind of help control. It did actually help, but again, if that's something that you want to do, you definitely want to practice that before concealing this weapon if you're going to want to have that different type of grip that you may not be used to. So I wish I had a clear-cut winner for these guns as to which one was my favorite, but I'd basically just be being biased and picking my favorite brand out of the two, because really they are very, very similar. I think your best bet is to go down to what the accessories come, and if you like what's set up on this gun. If you are a big fan of a certain one type of sights over another, then definitely keep that in mind. If you know you're going to want to use it for low light situations, then maybe the P365 is going to have an advantage just straight off the factory with it having the tritium rear sights. But on the other flip side of that, if you are going straight just factory, no additions, well then the Hellcat does come with the 11 and 13 round magazine, where the Sig Sauer P365 only comes with two 10 round magazines. So I think that's going to be your best bet, is to base it off of those external type things, because in all reality, the guns are almost identical in shooting. I didn't notice a huge difference from them, and I'd be surprised if any of you did as well without adding some biases in it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison.